welcome to another YouTube video. Hope you guys are having a great week. I'm sorry if my voice is a little squeaky and stuff. It's because I was having cold and not feeling well. I usually go on a vacation to feel really relaxed, but then I end up getting really tired, really sick after a long weekend because I'm off on a vacation. It's like I need a vacation for the vacation that I'm having. It's just crazy. I think next time I should just relax and not go anywhere. But anyways, I'm back with another video, and this time it's design step number 4. It's been a long time since I did this process. I don't know, I kept doing other videos and I sort of forgot about it. I didn't forget about it. I wasn't sure if anyone is interested in it, but a lot of them actually pinged me on that video saying, when is your next step coming up? So I thought, okay, you know what, people are actually watching it. I'm gonna shoot a video, so here I am. The next step is storyboard. So storyboard or user flows, that's the next step. So storyboard is something, it's basically a series of shots that are put together to visualize what the story could be. Or the user flow is the same way, but it's slightly different because storyboard is something that that came from Walt Disney in the late 1920s. It's because they used to draw frames. So it's something like this. So if you see this, it's sort of like they have these boxes, and what they used to do is they used to draw each and every frame in very rough sketch, like extremely rough. There's no need for you to go all artsy over here and do all fancy paintings and drawings and stuff like that. It's just to show what the scene is gonna be and some notes down here. So it's just a basic what the user is gonna do. So I mean, that's in the case of UX. In the case of UX or UI design, you basically want to pen down what the user is going to do, how the user is going to use the app, why they're going to use it. It sort of gives you a new twist to how you want to build your app. It's basically in animation what I used to do. So as you might know, I went to an animation school. So what we did storyboards where we used to take the main character in mind and the side characters in mind and plot out a story for each and every frame, because we have to do an animation, right? So we need to know each and every frame. But in UX, it's more so like design thinking, product building. So you know what your user is going to do, what your user is thinking. It's sort of putting the user as the main character and seeing in what situations they might be able to use it. This comes from a lot of user research that you already did. From that, you can pick out why a user would use your product and how they would go about using it. So that is something where you would be needing a storyboard. And also it's very important because collectively you guys can like sit together and sort of in your team sort of like get an idea of what the user is going to do. So it's really it's not a very important step, but it is a step that you might want to spend at least a day in, so that you sort of get an idea of where your product is going and how the user might think. So the way you can create the story is by having a character. So you would have already created a persona, right? So last we discussed about personas and scenarios. So taking a persona, taking that scenario, put this character in that, put this persona in that scenario. You're building a relief app. So someone who's in pain and who wants to talk to someone. So that's your scene where the person is in pain. The next scene could be so the first scene could be the person is in pain. The next scene could be there is a friend who wants to help that person. The third scene could be the friend wants to always track that person, but they really cannot. So then there's the fourth scene where he discovers this app which can keep tabs on their friend to track how he's going, to help him and stuff like that. So that's how your scene could be. So then when you're doing it in such a format, you'll get a new idea as to what to put in your product, what feature you could add. So it's really like it kind of helps in your product thinking. Make it really simple, really authentic, and just simple diagrams. Don't go too overboard with it. And the way you can start is, if you don't want to start it like this, if this is too overwhelming drawing, you can also use like arrows and just write it down, like Bob has some kind of pain, arrow mark, his friend finds out about his pain, you know, like that. That's a very simple storyboard. And then you can add emotions to it, like a sad smiley when Rob is, you know, sad. And at the end of it, it comes down to this app where the person finds out the app and they have like a iffy feeling about it, a neutral feeling about it, and then they go to the last step where they find out about how the app works, really works, and smile. So just add emotions to your stories, and then later on, if you're feeling really confident, you can go with this. So yeah, I mean, that is with the storyboard. It basically helps you in design thinking. I've told this the third time, but it really helps you, kind of puts you in the designer's shoes and makes you want to think. It's not a very important step. Don't spend too much time on this, because if you spend too much time on this, you're gonna miss out on the main parts, like programming your app and designing it and all the design details. You might miss out on it, but this one kind of gives you like a certain edge to where you are going. So this is something also like a storyboard, but then it's not really a storyboard, it's a user flow. A user flow is something where, okay, you already have your okay, this comes actually before or after the wireframe. If you're not yet sure of the wireframe, where you want to place your components and stuff like that, you can just do like sign in page, you know, just write sign in page. You don't even have to start drawing the way your components is going to look like, but you can just see what your user flow is going to be like, how the user is going to navigate through these screens. Taking Facebook, you first have the sign in page, and if you're already signed in, it comes with an open page, and then in the next, the person can scroll through the timeline, and then the person clicks on something on the timeline, and then it goes to that particular page, and then that person goes back to the home page, which is the beginning. So it's basically like the user flow, and this could get really messy. It's not just very simple as having just 6 screens. You would end up having like 50 screens or such or so, and with arrows going everywhere. And you can actually this will really help you when you're prototyping, because when you're prototyping, you have so many elements on your screen, and you want to be able to link them. Even in prototyping, you're going to be using arrows and stuff like that. So this will really help you in your prototyping and wireframing phase. It will really kind of show you what you have to do, because when you're prototyping, it's just going to get really messy, and you've already designed it. So having this laid out is going to make your life so much more easier. At least that's what I have realized from my past experiences. I feel like because of my cold, I'm talking better. I don't know how. I usually just kind of blabber some random words. But I'm talking much better, which is really weird because, you know. Anyways, so that's about storyboard and user flow. User flow is, in my mind, a very important step to do before you go on with your prototyping or your wireframing phase, because it kind of helps you it helps you know what components you need, what features are useless, what features are really necessary. I shouldn't be using the word useless, it's unnecessary basically. You get to know about all that, and also it kind of tells you how the user is going to go and how many ways a user has. And actually, if you think about it, when you're creating your prototype, right, you're going to design the app in such a way that the user is gonna abide by your rules, because the user cannot just click anywhere and expect a result, because you're going to design it in such a way that the user clicks a particular thing. So you are designing the user flow, even though the user is going to go about it. So it's really kind of important to establish that and not to confuse the user, because you know sometimes the apps are really buggy and you want to go back, but then there's like no back button. You have placed it somewhere but nobody can find it. So when you have such user flows really clearly laid out, you'll know that something is missing, something is broken, some link is like, you know, just hanging loose, and you will be able to fill it. So you can usually get so many printouts of this. I just typed mobile storyboard, UX storyboard or something like that, and I got this of Google, and you just have to print it out. You can print out many like these and like kind of stick it together, you know, so that you can sort of use your arrows and do it. This is a really fun exercise. I love doing it because I love sketching and doodling and this is like a really fun exercise to do. And storyboard is something that you can do if you have enough time, and if you're running short of time, I wouldn't recommend doing this because this is not a very important step. You're going to cover this anyways in your you know, when you do your user testing of your app and all that. But if you're doing it, if you have enough time and if you want more idea and more thinking on your product and on your design, then I would definitely want you to do this, so that you kind of have more clarity about what your product is and what it's going to do for the user. That I hope you follow this step. I hope you do your storyboard. I hope you do your user flows, and I will definitely leave down links below which you can follow, read up and get to know more about it. Any video that I make is just like an introductory, just to open your eyes about the concept, but you should go and explore more about it and definitely research a lot about it before you go on with it. So I hope you guys have a great design session. I hope you guys have a great week. Please leave any questions below in the comments below. Any questions in the comments below, not any. Please do that, and I'll see you again next week. And also, yeah, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I'll see you again next week. Bye.